Okay, this time we are going to make the moon rise and then go back down, and then we will change the sky back to daytime. Okay, so let's begin. So the first thing we're probably going to want to do is make sure all the layers are locked, and let's create I'm going to select the sun layer. Let's just make a new layer to make it clean, and we're going to write moon here. And now we're going to start right here in the future. There's nothing exists here. And if I move the timeline head, well, it won't move over for some reason. But if I click here and I insert a blank keyframe, it'll look like everything's going to disappear, right? Because nothing exists on any of the other layers. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is draw a moon, and I'm going to draw it off to the side here. And this time, though, I'm going to make it a solid color, and I'm going to go ahead, and if you didn't have your color palette open, by the way, and you selected this tool here, you could double click the fill color and pick whatever color you want. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and rather than using a graphic I made in Photoshop, I'm going to draw a circle. If I hold shift, I can make a perfect circle. This is going to be the moon. And if you wanted to make more ovals to show like the craters and maybe get some light gray on there, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to do it without the outline and see what that looks like. Okay, a couple craters here, and yeah, it looks like a face, huh? So let's just put some craters on the moon. I don't know, maybe put another one here so it doesn't look so much like a face. Okay, so anyway, now what we're going to do is take this, the black arrow here, the selection tool. We're going to select the entire moon, and we're going to say modify convert to symbol. In truth, we don't have to. You know what? Let me take that back. We don't have to modify it, convert to symbol. What we can do instead is just right click and say create motion tween. Okay? And then it'll turn it into a graphic for us. Okay, so it converted it to a symbol for us. Okay, now on this white background, you're not going to really see it, but let's just go into the future to about, say, frame 120. And I'm going to right click and put a regular frame. And while I have this last frame selected, I'm going to simply drag the moon across the stage, and you'll see this dotted line here. And so I could just hover next to it and select it to make the arc that I want. And let's see it go back. Okay, good. We have that. So what about the sky? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is on the sky layer, I'm going to right click and say insert keyframe. I probably don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. It's okay. And so I have a keyframe there now. And I'm going to go into the future here and just insert a regular frame. And so now I have some sky back here. Okay? And I probably should have put a regular keyframe there, but it's okay. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, now on the cloud layer, I don't want the clouds to come by anymore. So I'm going to right here put a blank keyframe, and that'll kind of like create a dam, if you want to think of it that way. It'll kind of just like stop the cloud from existing anymore. Kind of just cut it off right there. And so in the future, there's no more cloud for this part. Okay, now the ground's missing, so let's go all the way over to the future and just insert a regular frame here. And let's highlight the character walking, right click and say copy frames, and then let's go into the future and paste them. And we're going to find out that, where's paste frames? That I didn't actually add enough frames on all these layers, yeah. So we're going to just go ahead and put a frame here, come to the future here and put a frame here. And then let's see if we can just click that. I let go of the mouse. Now I'm going to drag it to the right. Let's see if I could do that. Oh, nope, we don't want to do that. Do not want to do that. So I'm going to actually click on this and just keep going insert frame until it gets far enough. And if I look at here, there's F5. I'm going to push F5 on my keyboard now. So I'm pushing F5 to get it there. And so now it's matched up with the length of all the layers are equal length now that we want. Okay, great. So we have this moon rising and setting. Okay. Now, after that, we can then change the color of the sky, and we'll make it loop back. Okay, but for now, I'm going to end this video. We're going to go ahead and just let you make this the moon, the sunrise first, then the moon rise and fall, and then we will, in the next tutorial, we'll wrap it up by making the sky change back to its original color. Okay? Have fun creating your moon. Have fun.